Hi everyone! For today's lesson and video, we are going to discuss some writing activities. And we're going to focus on writing paragraph, specifically writing cause and effect paragraph. So before we proceed, let's have a quick review on what is cause and effect. Okay, cause is the reason why something happens. It is the producer of the effect. So, for example, we have a situation. So, there is a heavy rain, and the result is flood. There is flood everywhere. So, the cause is the continuous or heavy rainfall, and the effect is the flooding. Okay, so there are a lot of areas which are flooded because of the heavy rain. So another cause is you study hard, okay, for your exams, for your final test, and the effect or the result is you got high scores or high grades from your test or exam. So, this is the cause, it is the reason, ito yung dahilan kung bakit may nangyayari, no? O kung bakit may resultang nangyayari. Okay, so another example of cause is you practice hard for the competition, you really memorize your piece. For example, you're going to join a storytelling contest, you practiced well, you practice the pronunciation, the emotion that you're going to deliver, no, while reciting or giving the piece or reciting the story, and then the effect or the result is you won the contest. Yun. It is because you really did well and practiced well for the contest. While the effect, now as we all know, is the result of the cause. No? So, of course, sa lahat ng nangyayari and everything that we do, no, there is a result. No? Meron talagang bunga lahat ng ginagawa natin. May it be good or bad, there is always a result. And we call that the effect. No? Going back to our example a while ago, for example, you are going to join a storytelling contest. One pupil practiced very well, and the other pupil just ignored and tells himself, bahala na. No? Whatever, kung ano na lang yung kaya niyang gawin, yun na lang. No? So, a result or the effect, no, the first pupil who practiced well did good and won the contest, and the other pupil who did not practice and ignored the contest, of course, lost the contest. No? So, we have the effects, may it be good or bad. So, because this is the result of everything that we do. Alright. Now, this time, let's go on discussing, no, on how to write cause and effect paragraph. Now, once you master identifying the cause and effect relationship, you can already begin writing cause and effect relationships in sentences and paragraphs. So, of course, we started by writing in sentences. Now, if you combine those sentences, no, which are coherent and connected with each other, now you can form a cause and effect paragraph. Now, so what can ano ba yung pwedeng tumulong sa atin, no? So, there are some words which can help us on how to create a meaningful paragraph using the cause and effect relationship. And we have the transitional words or our conjunctions. So, to properly connect the relationship, we use the transitional words such as because, if, so, thus, consequently, therefore, due to the fact, since, as a result of, the reason for, nevertheless, lead to, and caused by are used in the paragraph. Using these transitional words helps us to create meaningful paragraph. So, ito yung ginagamit natin para mas maging malinaw yung ating mga pangungusap and eventually maging mas malinaw yung paragraph na ating gagawin. Okay. Now, writing a cause and effect paragraph involves explaining the relationship between an event or the cause and its outcomes or the effects. So we have here a step-by-step guide to help you structure or create your paragraph effectively. Okay, number 1, the first thing that you need to do is to identify the topic. Choose a specific event or situation that you want to discuss. Ensure that it's clear what the cause and effect are. So choose a situation which has a clear cause and effect. No, para ma-discuss mo siya thoroughly, you need to select a topic or identify the topic which is clear also to you, na naintindihan mo maigi, no? Because if you choose a topic and you don't understand it, so mas magiging mahirap para sa'yo na i-explain yon. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is to identify and choose the topic. Number 2 is to introduce the cause. Start your paragraph by clearly stating the cause you will be discussing. Provide a brief explanation or background information to give context to your readers. Okay. So, in introducing the cause, of course, you need to introduce and give a backgrounder of the situation. No, explain briefly ano ba yung situation na i-explain mo. No, yung cause, ano ba yung dahilan, no? For example, you want to focus on isa sa mga dahilan, no, one of the reason why we are experiencing extreme heat is because of, no, wala na tayong mga puno, no? There are very few trees that we can see around us. No, so you want to stress also the importance of trees, which is dahil nga wala nang masyadong puno, it is one of the main reason, no, for you na why we are experiencing extreme heat right now. So you can discuss the importance of the trees, no, especially in giving fresh air and especially in reducing heat, no, in our environment. Ayan, so you now introduce the cause, no? So sasabihin mo doon na trees are very important na because maraming nagpuputol ng puno, no? There are a lot of effects na ating nararanasan, no? And one of that is we experience extreme heat during the summer days. So yun, you have to give a brief explanation or background information para mas maintindihan ng readers mo yung iyong paragraph. Next, we have number 3, explain the cause. Describe the cause in detail. Provide any necessary background information, context to help the reader understand why the cause occurred. Alright. So, pwede rin, for example, ang gusto mong i-point out is that global warming is one of the main reason why we are experiencing extreme heat. So, for example, in-introduce mo yon sa number 2, diba? So, kanina, example natin is yung trees. So, for example, ang gusto mo naman gamitin is global warming. So, you introduce global warming. Perhaps this is one of the main reason why we are experiencing heat. Now, explain naman, expound, no? What is global warming? And ano ba yung mga nangyayari during this global warming? Now, number 4, transition to effect or to the effects. Now, pwede ka nang gumamit ng mga transitional words natin. So, therefore, because of this global warming, we are experiencing extreme heat index. Yun na, matindi talaga, no? Yung extreme yung heat index na nararanasan natin compared before, no? So, to smoothly transform or to transition, no, yung para mas madali kang sumunod, no? I mean, yung palipat ka na, no? Yung explain mo na yung effects. From discussing the cause, now you're going to discuss the effects. So, this helps guide the reader through your paragraph. So, after discussing the global warming, now you're going to discuss the effects. So, for example, extreme heat. Yan. So, now you're going to discuss the effects of global warming, focusing on extreme heat. Okay, next. List the effects. Ayan. Present the effects of the cause in a logical order. You may choose to list multiple effects, but ensure they are all directly related to the cause you've identified. Yan. Dapat magkakaugnay-ugnay pa rin yung mga effects or yung mga ililista mo doon. No? Yung mga bunga or result ng global warming. So, they are still related to each other. Of course, number 6, support with evidence or example. So, para maging mas makatotohanan, yung iyong gagawing paragraph, always provide evidence or examples to support each effect you list. This could include statistics, anecdotes, yan. So, pwede mo sabihin, for the past week, Cavite or Metro Manila is having a heat index not lower than 40 degrees Celsius. So, yun. No statistics yun because there are proof, no? And there are evidences na nanggaling sa pag-asa na for the past week, for the past few weeks, sunod-sunod na hindi bumababa sa 40 degrees ang heat index na nararanasan sa Metro Manila. Or you can also include anecdotes, expert opinions, or other relevant information. Okay, number 7, conclude the paragraph, no? So, summarize the cause and its effects, reinforcing the connection between them. You can also reflect on the significance of these effects or suggest potential implication. Alright, so going back, yung first example natin, halimbawa, is yung dahil sa kakaunti na lang yung puno because of fewer trees that we could see, no, this implies na talagang umiinit na yung ating paligid. And what we could do, no, we could plant trees, start again planting trees para naman lumamig-lamig, no, yung paligid natin during hot days or summer days. Now, if you are talking about global warming, which is a very wide topic, no, magbigay ka lang ng specific na points na which you want to focus on, no, and yan, no, as a student, ano ba yung pwede nyong gawin, no, kasi grabe, hindi naman natin kayang palamigin yung paligid natin in one day, no, and as a student, ano ba yung pwede mong gawin, no, to help reduce the heat that we are experiencing. So, you can also summarize ano ba yung causes, ano ba yung effects ng extreme heat, and then conclude it, no? Or you can leave a statement, no, as a student. And then number 8, proofread and revise. Once you've written your paragraph, review to ensure clarity, coherence, no, pagkakaugnay-ugnay nila, and proper grammar and punctuation. Yan. So, after that, pwede mo nang masabi that you have created an effective and meaningful cause and effect paragraph. Okay, so we have here an example to guide you, no? Yan. So, the topic is the rise in global temperatures due to greenhouse gas emissions. So, yan. So, yung, diba, diniscuss natin or yung example natin is number 1, rise of global temperature, pwedeng because of lesser trees. Rise of global temperature because of global warming. Now, this topic focuses on the rise in the global temperature due to greenhouse gas emissions. See, nag-focus lang siya sa isang topic, specific topic, kasi nga pag masyadong vague, hindi na yung kaya ng isang paragraph. You can create an essay for that. Okay, so We have here, I'll just read it, and then you can use it as a pattern, no, in creating, and by using the steps, following the steps given, so you can now create your own. So let me just read this briefly to you. The increase in greenhouse gas emissions, primarily from human activities such as burning fossil fuels and deforestation, has led to a significant rise in global temperatures. These emissions trap heat in the Earth's atmosphere, creating a greenhouse effect that warms the planet. As a result, we are witnessing a multitude of effects, including rising sea levels, more frequent and severe weather events such as hurricanes and droughts, and disruptions to ecosystems and biodiversity. For instance, polar ice caps are melting at alarming rates, contributing to sea level rise and threatening coastal communities. Additionally, shifts in precipitation patterns are affecting agricultural productivity and food security in many regions. Overall, the escalating levels of greenhouse gas emissions are causing profound and wide-ranging impacts on our planet, underscoring the urgent need for concerted efforts to mitigate climate change. Ayan. So, nagbigay siya ng examples, no? This paragraph is very clear, no? Choosing the topic, introducing the cause, explaining the cause, transitioning to the effects, listing the effects, and then summarizing. No? So, yun yung typical na pinaliwanag natin kanina. And this is a good example of a cause and effect paragraph. Alright, now, so I have an activity for you. No, examine the paragraph below and underline, or actually this is not a paragraph, this is more likely a sentences. Underline once the cause and twice the effect. So for number 1, Mina seldom brushes her teeth. Now she has cavities. So which one is the cause and which one is the effect? So same thing for number 2 to number 5. Lito and his family are now homeless because a strong typhoon destroyed their house. For number 3, since it is a holiday, we went swimming at the sea. Number 4, to keep safe from COVID-19, people wear a face mask and a face shield. Number 5, mining leads to soil erosion. So this activity helps you to review the cause and effect relationship. Now this time we have a self-guided practice, no, going back to the steps that we have discussed before. So now it's your turn. So and try to create your own cause and effect paragraph. So I have here some suggested topics for you. Extreme heat being experienced during these days. No, we already discussed it a while ago. Next is choosing leaders in the society. So what is the effect, no, for example, yung the last presidential election. So what are the cause and effect of that recent polls? Next, too much use and exposure to gadgets. No, ito isa to sa mga very alarming, especially for kids. No, too much exposure. No, kaliwat kanan yung nakikita nating mga bata na nagsi-seizure because of this. So what are the cause and effect? And of course, lack of discipline. Lack of discipline at home or lack of discipline at school. So you can choose the topic. Alright, so I hope we learned something from our lesson today, and I want to say thank you for listening to our lesson today. So see you again in our next writing lesson or writing activity. This is Teacher Isa. Thank you and bye-bye.